Say, man, for those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we gonna get to the other stuff in a minute. But first, see, what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, around here, bye. Say, man, if at any point on our journey together you find yourself engulfed in darkness, please allow me to be your beacon. If at any point on our trip together you feel like you can't find your smile, I'm trying to be the smile on your face. Cause that's really all I am in essence, is the smile on your face. The rest really don't mean anything else. It's subjective. What I do want you to realize is that you're ready to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. One time. Promise. We're gonna integrate that shadow moment, even if it kills us. Sometimes you gotta be willing to face death to truly live. If you're tired of surviving, if you're ready to start living, you came to the right place. You know, let me tell you something. If you stay at the barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut. They say the definition of insanity is, you know, to keep doing the same thing over and over again and keep getting the same results. And they call me crazy. Nah, man. Nah. It's time to transcend the bullshit. Okay. What you gotta understand is what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to lower your stress while raising your vibration. And in that, I'm always successful. What it was, y'all. Y'all should know who it is. If not, you know, I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? You can just call me he who must remain nameless. But y'all tuned in with priceless knowledge of self. And this right here, this ain't nothing but some cosmic insight, man. And I hope everybody doing good. I hope everybody feeling good. Because it's time to get real, man. It's time to get back to work. Okay? Because this right here, it's a little something about those people that have their black moon Lilith in the 6th house of their natal chart. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for. And for those of y'all who don't know my style, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give y'all a quick breakdown of what the black moon Lilith is. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about the energy that comes along with it, the mythology behind it, and how it might affect you. And then after that, you know, I'm going to give y'all a quick breakdown of what the 6th house of the 6th house of the astrological chart is actually all about. Pardon me. And then after that, we're going to bring it to a climax, which, fortunately for you, is what I do best. So, sit right there. Okay, so Lilith. Lilith really comes to us as the oldest story ever told. And it comes to us from Judaic or, you know, Jewish mythology. You see, Lilith was the first woman ever created. That's right. Lilith, not Eve, was created at the same time, equally to Adam by the Creator. And just remembering those facts right there is of the utmost importance, okay? So if you're under the misconception that women are supposed to be subservient to men, no, that's not how it goes. You're grossly mistaken, okay? Back to the story though. So all was good in the hood between Adam and Lilith till it came time to consummate their relationship, till it came time to get nasty. Because it was at that time that Adam was like, lay down, Lilith, so I may lay on top of you. Oh, no. One of y'all is on that bullshit. Who is it? Because I'm allergic to that bullshit. Real talk, though. Pardon me, y'all. Shit. Oh, God, there. Anyway. And, Lilith wasn't having that. And so she said, nah, you lay down so I may lay on top of you. And we all know Mr. Adam wasn't having that. So there became a great calamity. They got into it. And the angel of the Lord ended up having to come down and sort things out. In which, immediately sided with Adam. And Lilith was, dejected. She felt disrespected. So she dipped out. And she dipped out to become many different things in many different mythologies. Some would say that she's a demon that, steals and kills babies. Some would say that she's a seducer of men to their demise. Some would say that she's Satan's consort. Some would say that she's the mother of all demons. But, man, that's bullshit. That's some rigmarole made up by some scared little men. Because all Lilith really is strong, rebellious, independent, fierce, feminine energy. Is it sexy? Yeah. Oh, yes. Is it manipulative? Yeah. It has to be. It doesn't have brute force to work with. Does that make it bad? Does that make it negative? No. It's what you make it. Okay? That's something to think about. So, when we go back to the story, Adam, he's sick. He's lonely. He needs him somebody. His woman is gone. He was right there on the verge of, getting his swerve on and, satisfying what every male's objective is, biologically. And so he's upset. And so seeing him being so upset and the fact that they sided with him, what ended up happening is the Creator put him into a stupor, took one of his ribs and created Eve, who is of Adam, made for Adam. Okay? But that ain't all feminine energy, and that ain't all women. That's Eve. Okay? She's made for Adam, of Adam. There's a whole bunch of different manifestations of energy. And, the sooner that you get it understood, first of all, that masculine and feminine has nothing to do with male and female, that'll help you understand a lot of stuff going on spiritually with you. And that'll also probably help you understand a lot of things that go along within yourself that, you have conflict with. So that's something to think about. So in astrology, in each one of our charts, there's an indicator of dark karma. And, that's kind of where Lilith comes into play. And that's because, like the nose, this ain't a real celestial body. It represents a certain point or aberration in the chart that helps us understand where certain provocations, temptations, turn-ons, fears, and, trials might even await a person, man. And it can really represent the darker or shadow side of our personality. Okay, as well as the type of energy that can, scare us or put us in states of trepidation. And it definitely manifests differently, with different people. Okay, because if you see this energy as something that's bad and negative, it's going to be something bad and negative. If you repress it, you're going to have a hard time with it. If you think that feminine energy is weak, you in for a big, big wake up call. Okay. And that's what this is about, okay? It's telling you to see different aspects of yourself. If you think that the shadow part of yourself or the darker part of yourself is bad or negative, you're grossly mistaken also, okay? Don't you understand that it's the shadow part of you, it's the negative energy that you might have seen that's gotten you got you through some of the hardest parts of your life? You feel me? It's like I always tell people, I don't know if they've seen it, but, there was a part on Walking Dead where, on The Walking Dead where Rick was in a bad way. He was about to be murdered. His son was about to be raped by another man and then murdered. Okay? And guess what? Rick bit the dude's throat out. See, I'm not saying that's what Lilith's about, but I'm saying that's that shadow side of you that you didn't know was there, which is a necessary evil sometimes. Okay? Think about it. Every part of you is beautiful when utilized in the right arena of existence. Okay? And another thing to understand is that there's going to be periods when the black moon Lilith is more powerful, and that's going to be years in multiples of 9. And I'm not talking about 1909, 1918, 1927, 1936, 1945, 1954. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in years of multiples of 9 since your birth. Because, it's in that time that, Lilith makes her Lilith return, transverses the whole zodiac and comes to the place where she was at the moment of your birth. And, some would say that's a period of reckoning where you have to look yourself in the mirror and deal with some of those aspects of yourself where you're going to need to be doing shadow work and this and that. Or nothing could happen. Okay? I'm not here to tell you what's going to happen because I'm not about predictions. What I'm about is character development and personality. Okay? That's all I want you to know about. I want you to know about self-awareness. So when we talk about the 6th house, okay, the 6th house is ruled by Mercury and, the sign of Virgo. And it's all about, our health and service to others and our day-to-day routines and our work ethic and our work style. It's about our job. The 10th house, this is about career. Okay? It's a whole different status. The 6th house is about work or our job. Okay? The 6th kind of relates to discipleship and mastery alongside the ability to overcome any obstacles and actually produce the fruits of our achievements. Okay? And planets in the 6th, they manifest either as blessings or challenges to our well-being and our health or indicators of our profession in reference to others. Okay? So that's something to think about. It could also be the house of pets. That's something to think about with the 6th. The 6th could represent our enemies, whether people ever speak about that or not. So there's a lot going on with the 6th, okay? And it's ruled by Virgo. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, I think I said that already. Okay, it's ruled by Mercury and Virgo, if I didn't say that a minute ago. And if I did, I'm reiterating because it's Mercury retrograde and I got an excuse. Okay? So when we talking about, putting the black moon Lilith in the 6th house, hey, right off the rib, man, let me tell you, that, motherfuckers with their Lilith in the 6th, they kind of often be feeling like, all they do is give and give and give of themselves. And, then they feel like they're never getting enough back in return. So to me, more than anything else, man, this placement right here, it can manifest as this fear of not being good enough that really poisons their everyday activities, kind of, inducing habits that are not healthy and, really don't serve them at all. And, or, a resentment towards self-discipline, which could really be deadly, to be honest, for real. And, not only that, but people with this placement also can be so motherfucking perfectionistic, man, that, it prevents them from ever actually getting shit done, which, that's a bitch too. That's a bitch too, man. Hey, a 6th house Lilith can indicate imposter syndrome. That's something to think about, man, too, where they're just so damn obsessed with doing their absolute best, that they just kind of fuck it all off by getting too caught up in the little bitty simple details. They can never get past that. So in essence, being efficient is really one of their biggest challenges, even though that's what they want to do the most with that black moon being placed here in the 6th, man. Real talk, man. And plus, I'm going to say it, this right here, it tells me this is somebody who finds it extremely difficult to relax too. So, more than a fair share of these individuals with this placement right here, they can be pretty motherfucking pessimistic and depressing to be around too. And let me say that depending on the rest of the chart, hey man, they could also be way, way, way too strongly attached to their sense of reality, their sense of reality too, which is rough too, because a lot of the time they look at things from a victim stance. I'm gonna be real, man. That's being real, man. The thing to think about this is like, for them, man, dreams equal delusion. And so they typically just really ain't the type to believe, to ever believe in anything that ain't visible to the motherfucking naked eye. Real talk, man. And that right there is going to make it extremely difficult for them to ever really find true purpose in things, or really ever tap into their spirituality. So yeah, this one right here, man, can even point to an individual who kind of just subconsciously rejects the idea of work and discipline too. So they just be, saying fuck rules, and saying, fuck duty and fuck structure and fuck dreams. 'Cause, they're just disgusted with it all for no reason. For no reason, man. And, keep in mind that, the sixth house is the house of our job. Okay. And our relationship with our coworkers, and our relationship with employers or employees, and, the way that we contribute to the daily life of the world is all about what the sixth is here, man. So if you're placing Lilith here, it can indicate quarrels in the workplace, always into it with somebody at work. 'Cause, even if their own personality right here ain't that Lilith like, it can just so happen that they press buttons and bring out that negative, jealous and malefic qualities of Lilith in other people, that they work with. Or, with all due respect, this person right here could be known as the office freak or, the hoe at their job, to be honest, with this one. And, the thing is, one way or another, this right here just points to a manipulative and heavy atmosphere in the workplace. Okay, so, if this is your placement, I'm telling you now, I'd be careful if I was you, because I'm telling you that, Lilith here suggests that scandals are more likely to happen to you than anybody else, if you put yourself in those positions in the workplace. And, that's going to go tenfold when it comes to any sexual relationships, or, people that you meet through work, you know what I'm saying? Or with people you meet through work. Okay. So before you even go there, don't. Just don't. I'm telling you, man. Don't do that. Just don't, man. Okay. Plus, let me say that a sixth house Lilith, it just really makes this individual right here a hard person to work with. If you got this, you hard to work with. And you be blaming everybody else, but it's you. Okay, because it just makes you. It makes you unconsciously perceive the people you work with as enemies and as competition. So, I feel like your best bet with this one is just to, work on your own if at all possible. And if not, at least work in some kind of workplace where you don't feel so restricted, where you're able to do your own thing without somebody always watching over you and somebody always picking at you, because you feel like people are always picking at you, even though sometimes it's you always doing the picking. Just keeping it real, man. Just keeping it real, man. You're going to want to be able to make your own decisions in your job if you have this, man. And if you somehow fall under the hand of a boss who's too boring or too domineering, then, hey, I guarantee that, you and that boss are going to be bumping heads, man. And it ain't going to turn out well for somebody. And if this is your Lilith, probably you. Okay, because this is in the sixth. This is your job, not your career. So they probably higher up than you. So it's probably going to be some issues. It's going to be some issues. Okay. And, looking back, man, maybe these folks right here had to start working at a really early age, or maybe they were pressured, to take up too much responsibility before they were ready to. But whatever happened with them in their life, it manifested in somebody who really just wants to break free from everyday life and all that duties and routines, and, that right there, doing that, that's going to really mess them up in the long run. I promise you, man, because Lilith here, it sabotages her success by rejecting the necessary discipline, which is, a capital offense in my opinion, because this is one of those indicators where you have all the opportunities, you have all the talent, you have all the skills, but, you didn't want to put in the work to do what you had to do on a daily basis. Okay. You feel me? This is what happened to Boobie Miles. If you ever watch Friday Night Lights, y'all, the movie Friday Night Lights, check it out. Boobie Miles was an excellent running back that was slated to be the best running back in the state of Texas, maybe in the whole United States, man. He's going to take his team to state. Nobody could mess with him. He threw the ball, ran the ball, punted the ball. He did everything. But he didn't ever want to work out and practice every day. He didn't want to put the work in on a day-to-day basis. Ended up tearing his ACL. Something that could have been prevented if he actually would have been in tune, and would have been limber, would have been in shape, would have had his muscles strong enough by working it out. But he thought natural talent was going to take him where he needed to go, man. And it didn't, man. It didn't. And lastly, the black moon Lilith right here can also indicate some health issues too. Some serious ones, to be honest, man. And the thing is, a lot of this right here is going to have to do because these people didn't want to pay attention to the simple details of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Like, that's keeping it real, man. Plus, they might be involved in a lot of harmful self-destructive habits. And, that right there, we know that's self-defeating, man. That's self-defeating. And, what makes it much worse is when I see this right here with Lilith, man, I know that these people right here, they probably reject healthcare too, man. They don't trust medical professionals and, they don't trust hospitals or medicine, and when, they run into issues, they just refuse to seek help. So, it can be deadly. It can be deadly for real. For real. So if you got this placement, man, don't do yourself like that. That's suicide. And on a little side note, man, the 6th is about pets too, man. So, man, maybe these folks right here just might be having some mean ass animals or, be having challenging ass relationships with their pets too. Or, they might just have that dog that don't want to act right. That's horrible to train, or control. But even if it don't play out like that, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. And what I mean by that is that we all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And hey, that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And there's been some priceless knowledge of self. Hey, I appreciate all the love and support. If y'all are interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Okay. If you made it this far and you ain't hit that like button, you out of line, player. You seriously out of line. And I still forgive you. I love all y'all. Y'all keep it real till next time, man. Because really, that's all I know how to do. You feel me? You feel me?